Hey everybody, I am Emily and I own Hiller's Corner. I just wanted to start off my first video kind of showing what I do to start off my plushies, because I make mostly plushies. I've been asked a lot if I do a magic ring or if I do the chain 2 method. I actually do the chain 2 method. I know a lot of people like to do the magic ring, but for some reason with this thick plush yarn, I cannot do a magic ring to save my life. I can do a magic ring in worsted weighted yarn, in all the thinner yarns, but as soon as it starts getting a little bit plushy, I can no longer do a magic ring. It just does not work for me. So let me show everybody what I do, just in case you are wondering. So I start off with my slip knot, which I do my slip knots a little bit weird. So instead of, wrapping it around your fingers and putting it through and doing that whole 9 yards, what I do is I take my yarn and I fold it in half. Then I take my tail end and I go under my working yarn to create a little loop, like that. Then I take my 2 fingers in the little loop, I grab my tail yarn, I pull it through and I pull it tight, and then that way you grab your tail and you pull, and that makes my slip knot. So then I'm going to chain 2, because I do the chain 2 method. So what that is I go under the working yarn, pull over, pull through, under, pull through, to make 2 chains. Then I go into the first chain on the hook and I single crochet, which I will show you a single crochet a little bit slower, that way you kind of understand how to do that if you don't already. So to single crochet, we go through the first stitch, go over the yarn, pull through, that way you got 2 loops on your hook. Then you go under and pull through both loops on your hook, and that gives us 2 single crochets. I'm going to go ahead and do 6 just to kind of show you what I do with this. So I make sure that my tail end of my yarn is worked into my single crochets. So I go through the first stitch still, I go over my yarn, I pull it through, and then you have this tail piece. I leave the tail piece where it is, and I go under and pull through the yarn, or pull through the loops, keeping this yarn in the middle. So I've done 5, and I'll show you why I do that in just a second. Okay. So I've got 6 on here, and I've worked in that tail end. So the reason why I work in the tail end is because when you can kind of tell that there's a good hole in the middle of this, how to close up that hole is you take the tail end and you just pull, and it tightens up that hole, just like in a magic circle or a magic ring, whichever one you want to call it. You pull the tail end and it tightens up that middle section, that hole that's left. Chaining 2 does the same exact thing. I know a lot of people don't like to chain 2. They like to do a magic circle. This is just how I do mine and how I start off all of my plushies. How I start off everything, every piece that I do, as long as it is the fluffier yarn. When it's the thinner yarn, I like to do the magic ring. When it's the fluffy yarn, I like to do the chain 2 method. It just really depends on what kind of yarn and what project I'm working on. But I hope that kind of helped y'all see kind of what I do and how I start off things. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the comments. And if you would like more tutorial videos, or you have a specific one that you would like me to go over, please let me know, and I will be sure to do that. I hope you have a great day. Bye!